And we're back, All Things Town, with Ming and JC. I hope everyone enjoyed the conversation we had with some of our business owners. Like I said, we are spotlighting on businesses, and I don't think I would be able to have a show if I didn't speak about something that's so dear to me, and that's definitely service. That's community service within Georgetown and surrounding counties. But in the same time, nonprofits, charities, they're still a business. And I have a guest with me right now, Mr. Gregory Allen Barron. He is founder, executive director of Gregory Allen Barron Foundation. And if you've been tuning in on social media on Facebook, I'm sure a lot of us, listeners out there, we share a lot of good friends on Facebook, and I'm sure you've seen his postings about his GoFundMe page. I have, not only on my page, but on other pages. I see a lot of people are sharing it. So here with me is Gregory Allen Barron's Foundation Director, Gregory A. Barron.
Hello.
Say hello.
Hello, how you doing?
And so right now we're going to talk about your organization and how we got to this GoFundMe page. If you want to take it back, give the listeners out here a little background of what your background is as far as a social entrepreneur and what brought you to starting this foundation.
Okay, this is my very first venture as a social entrepreneur. I'm disabled, as a lot of people know, and there's certain services that I need, and one of them is transportation to dialysis treatment. And I left Georgetown for a little while after I became disabled. When I was here, there was transportation from here to the clinic for me, and when I came back, there wasn't because they run out of funding. So I said, what could I do to help that? What could I do to maybe raise money for the organization called Assisted Rides? Because they were the ones who provided it. And then as I started looking around, I wondered, well, what can I do to help a variety of organizations? I started looking around, and what could one disabled man on his own discover about the services that were being provided by charities in Georgetown? So I took a look around, I talked to people, friends, man on the street type deal, and I came up with a list of charities that I thought were not only under-publicized, but also underfunded in certain ways. They could use more help raising money and making people aware of the services that they provided. And so that's what the GoFundMe, that's the goal of the GoFundMe page. The goal of the GoFundMe page is A, to raise a certain amount of money, and B, to raise a certain amount of awareness. And that's part of the mission of the foundation. All
right. And you spoke of being a social entrepreneur. For those out there who may not know what a social entrepreneur is, what is your definition? What do you think? What exactly is social entrepreneurship?
An entrepreneur is someone who takes a risk to start a business where there wasn't one in order to try and create an engine that makes money over and over. Well, a social entrepreneur starts a business, but not just to make a profit, but also to serve some social need. That person looks at some area of society where something is lacking: housing, medicine, education, something that will benefit society. And they use the business that they have started to fund something that will change that problem. And so a social entrepreneur creates a social enterprise, a business that operates not just to make money, but to fix some social problem.
All right. So I've heard of the term, but once you explain it, many of us are social entrepreneurs once you think about it.
Yes.
You know, in our own way, in our own hobbies, our interests, our self-interests that we may have. So to take that skills, and then you being just a businessman yourself, and starting this foundation, who are some of the organizations that you are hoping that, your GoFundMe page will, impact?
Already mentioned Assisted Rides, Miss Ruby's Kids, a literacy program.
Okay.
Tara Hall, My Kids, which was formerly known as the Marine Institute.
Right. AMI, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
And I do not have the whole list in front of me.
I think you Black River
River United Way. the Salvation Army.
Right, Red Cross.
Red Cross. I wish I could remember the name of Randy's organization. Randy Ford, the barber, has a mentoring program. The mentoring program.
Okay,
yes.
right.
And so my main point was to help organizations that help families. Mm-hmm. There's lots of organizations that save trees, mm-hmm. and it's great to save animals, but I wanted to focus on the needs of people.
Right.
I felt like those organizations needed more publicity and more help raising money.
Right, right. So for our listeners out there, if they want to donate, if they want to, participate or maybe donate not only their money but maybe their time, how can they get in contact with your foundation and your GoFundMe page?
The easiest way would be to go to the Gregory A. Barron Foundation page, and that's Gregory A. Barron, all one word, .org.
Okay.
And the GoFundMe page, you can find a link to that on the website for the foundation. And you can also find in the blog entries, you can find updates about everything that we've done so far, including my first stab at putting a little video out on YouTube.
Okay.
And my first attempt at expressing to people some of my experiences and why I think my example should be inspirational to anybody. Good Lord, if I can do it, mm-hmm. anybody can do it. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to do the same thing that I do.
Right.
Everybody can find inspiration and direction to start something that will help other people.
Right. All right. Well, you guys heard it right here. Like he said, all information, of course, you can go to his Facebook page, Gregory A. Barron Foundation, and from there you can connect with other links for you to donate and find out more about his foundation. And I want to thank you for being a guest on our show. And for our listeners out there, please stay tuned. We'll be back. I'm going to be talking about what's happening for the month in Georgetown. It's springtime, so I'm sure there's a lot more going on this month. Stay tuned. We'll be back with All Things Town. And we are back, All Things Town, with Ming and JC. Hope you guys enjoyed my conversation with Mr. Barron. He gave a lot of good information about being a social entrepreneur. Right now we're going to talk about what's happening. It's springtime. It's a month of April, so you know it's going to be a lot of things going on. To get started, we have the Tour de Plantersville kick-off on April 21st. For those who don't know, Plantersville has a scenic byway. I didn't even know this. It starts off at 7:30. I believe it's about 25 miles long. So you can do cycling. You can also do some hiking along the scenic byway. To register for that, it's $15 for a child, $34 for adults. You do get lunch, T-shirt, and one raffle ticket. If you want to know more information, you can visit the website, www.thevillagegroup.org. And I will be going to that event, so I'll be posting on our fan page on Facebook. So if you want to join me, definitely tag yourself, and I'll get you more information.
And also, we have the Palmetto Ace Center of Paulus Island doing a blood drive, April the 5th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You know, something we all need to show up to.
Absolutely. And also, going on in Myrtle Beach, we have the 2018 Myrtle Beach Food Truck Festival. That's the weekend of the 20th through the 22nd. The festival is going to be on 8th Avenue North in Myrtle Beach. If you haven't attended before, it's going to be all the local food trucks all gathered in one area where you can basically just go food truck hopping and get a taste of all the different cuisines that'll be out there.
And right here in our own city, our own town, we have the Miss South Carolina Plus America pageant, Saturday, April the 21st. It starts at 5:30 at the Wynyard Auditorium.
All right. And in North Charleston, in Dorchester Road, Saturday, April 7th, Trap and Paint. If you guys never been to Trap and Paint, it's an experience. Of course, for those who know, trap means trap music, and you're going to be painting. That's going to be at Souls in North Charleston going on Saturday, April 7th. You can definitely go to their Facebook page and check that out.
and another event going on Saturday, April the 7th. We have the Brownies Passport Party, and that's starting at 1 to 4 p.m. at the Quality Inn and Suites. This community events, you know, the individual and family with obtaining passport, it helps, you know, people get passports. The first 20 people that will arrive will be entered into a drawing for 100% sponsorship for their passport. So it's a good thing. If you know someone that needs a passport, you know, send them on down.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I believe the person who's planning that is Tammy Brown, Tammy Barnett Brown, if I'm not mistaken. I guess that's where the Brownies word comes in from. But yeah, passport, that's your first freedom to get out and see the world, and they're going to be, you know, helping you obtain that. So definitely check that out. Kaminsky House and the Museum are having their 5th annual Low Country Garden Party. This is to help fundraise for the Pawleys Island Festival of Music and Art. That's going to be going on April 27th, 12 to 3. Tickets are $85. If you haven't been to the Pawleys Island Festival of Music and Art, it's actually a cool weekend. They have a lot of different jazz artists, a lot of local cover bands that also come and perform. I believe True Soul has been there before as well. So definitely check that out.
And once again, our very own guest and community leader, Jason Collins, he's having the Force and D's performing live. If you know anything about 90s R&B, and you like 90s R&B, it's the place to be. At April 24th, the tickets are $25 in advance. You know, go out and support. You know, Jason, he does a lot of things. It's Saturday, April the 21st. So support.
That's about it, I think.
And to add to that, we have Daryl Thomas in the studio. You know,
oh, yeah.
We can't
our
do business
sound
without
engineer, audio engineer.
Sound engineer in his business. You know, got to give him a shout out, y'all. Come check him out, you know. He do a fabulous job.
Absolutely. Definitely check him out. All right. I want to thank you guys for listening to our show, All Things Town. This was a lot of fun. This month, like I said, is April Spotlight Businesses. So all this month we're going to be spotlighting business on our Facebook pages. Definitely, you know, we want our listeners to definitely invest into some of these businesses, be a client, customer. Some of you are already clients and customers. But definitely check our Facebook page and check out the businesses that we're going to be spotlighting. Our next podcast is going to be May 5th. Stay tuned. This is going to be another live podcast. So we got a lot of details that we're going to be sharing with you guys in the near future. Once again, it's All Things Town with Ming and JC.
Yeah.
We out. Later.